easiest thing you can do when you're hiking is stop hiking. You worried, you hear that so many other people have gone off the trail with injuries, and you worry maybe this one will become one of those that ends your hike. So I paid attention this time. I rested my foot, occupied myself with doing things like darning up my not so darn tough socks. We did run down into the center of Rhone every once in a while just to get something to eat at Bob's Dairyland, which we became very familiar with. And then finally on the 10th, we headed back up to Hughes Gap. This is where we had come off the trail on that cold morning, limping down out of the woods. We got ready and got set to simply try to get over Rome Mountain, kind of a test hike. Go slow, see how the ankle would do. We started here at Hughes Gap, and it always amazes me how hard it must have been for these families to survive in these mountains. But it was time to go. It was time to see if this ankle was going to allow us to continue on our hike. Morning after we got froze up, and we're heading back up over Rome Mountain today. Weather's supposed to be good. It's pretty nice right now.
Good morning.
Better this time?
Much better this time.
Might be dark in here to catch it, but maybe that tree shows you that we're going up into the upper elevations here on our way to the top of Rome, and we're definitely getting up into the areas that you can see on that tree. It's all, hope you can, coated with ice, probably from the other night still. The rocks are getting a little slick, so that's good. Tells us we're going up. The climb up here has a lot of false summits, which is not bad when you know they're coming at you, because you can use them as places to kind of rest. False summit is something when you come on, it makes it look like you're at the top, but then you go a little bit further and realize you're nowhere near the top. At the end of the day, that can be crushing. But during the day, you know they're coming. They're kind of a break in the action of climbing. So you see here it's leveling out a little bit. It's not a, gives you a little smooth section. You can see the cold. But still early in the day, so we'll see how it turns out. We just came out of the woods there. It was a pretty rocky, icy climb up. But as we came out here, it's opened up into this pine forest. We're not sure where we are in terms of the summit, but I thought you'd find this pretty. I'm just going to walk past, the trail goes that way, but look at out here. Tops of these trees are still coated in ice and frost. See in there? And look out, it's one of the fields at the top. Looks like that's the first parking area. People can actually drive up here. So we're gonna go back and as we came out of the woods, we found ourselves at the top of Rhone Mountain, which is part of the Pisgah National Forest. 6,100 feet up, and it was a beautiful spot. But what's more impressive about this area is that it once was the home of the Cloudland Hotel. It was built in the late 1800s, and it was a 3-story resort where people from all over came, not just to enjoy the pleasant nature of the mountaintop, but also they fell for medicinal purposes for the ailments of respiratory, particularly hay fever. You can still see the outline of where that phenomenal hotel must have stood. And it's kind of a mythical hotel. It has great stories because it straddled the Tennessee-North Carolina border. There was a stripe right down painted on the floor, right in the middle of the dining room, down through the middle of the banquet table. On the Tennessee side, alcohol was legal. On the North Carolina side, it was illegal. The story is told of the sheriffs that would stand in the corners just to see if anybody crossed the line. We found the parking lot, of course, empty. Nobody was visiting. Actually, the area was closed. But it was pretty nice to find a picnic table on a nice sunny day and to enjoy our lunch and to sit back and simply enjoy what must have been a phenomenal place. It cost visitors there in its height $2 a day, 3 meals included, $10 for a week. And if you wanted to spend a month here at the Cloudland Hotel, it would set you back $30. For us, it was lunch. It was a good place to take a break. And then, pretty soon, we would enjoy one last look around to embrace some of the most beautiful sights of 6,100-foot elevation can give you as you look out over the Tennessee and North Carolina countryside, and then start our way down on the icy slopes of Rome Mountain. And immediately we turn from hiking on ice to hiking on a stream bed. At this point, we'll take the stream bed. At the end of a great day, we ran into some great people we had been hiking with since the Smokies. That was Devin and Merrill and Mark, a visitor from England. We missed on Kevin and Littlefoot, but at least we saw some of the old gang. Here we are at Carver's Gap. And as you can see, it's right on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee, which is basically, well, we walk on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee. That's our tomorrow hike up over Little Hump, Big Hump, and that is Carver's Gap. Looking down the road, so the AT came out there and it's going to go back up there. It had been a good day. Tomorrow we would take on Little Hump and Big Hump. For today, Steve from Rome Mountain B&B would pick us up and bring us back. My ankle had passed the test. Every once in a while, it would continue to grumble, but it was good to go. We said farewell to our good friends and have nothing but great memories from our time at Rome Mountain B&B.